ဆရာတော်ဟောသောတရားတော်များကိုမြန်မာလိုပြန်ဟောရင်လူတိုင်းဟောလို့ရပါတယ်။ဒါကိုနိုင်ငံခြားမှာရောက်နေတော့မြန်မာမိတ်ဆွေများနိုင်ငံခြားမှာရောက်နေတော့အင်္ဂလိပ်စကားပြောတဲ့မြန်မာမိတ်ဆွေများဘာမဟုတ်အင်္ဂလိပ်ကိုတည်းကပြောတော့အင်္ဂလိပ်လိုမျိုးများစသည်ဖြင့်သူတို့အတွက်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အခုဟောမယ့်တရားကအင်္ဂလိပ်လိုဟောမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်။အဲ့တော့ဒီမြန်မာပြည်သက်တွေကတော့ဒီကဒီအင်္ဂလိပ်ကိုလည်းနားကြည့်လိုက်ပါ Mr. Malcolm and Mr. Ben သူတို့ကတော့သူဒီချင်းကသူတို့နားတော့ပါလိမ့်မယ်။အဲ့တော့ဒီတရားဒီဘုရားဘာသာနာပြန်ပွားဖို့ရအတွက်မြန်မာပြည်ထဲမှာမဟုတ်ဘူးနိုင်ငံခြားသားတွေထဲမှာပါပြန်စိတ်နှံသွားအောင်လို့ဟောကြားမှာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့် Okay now let me start the teaching in English The title of the teaching is At Every Notion the Experiencing of Satya is Accomplished To be accomplished the accomplishment of understanding the Satya Satya is an international body in Myanmar body itself. So, every time we say this in English, you have to say Satya. It is a traditional Magadha language. Magadha language, you have to, you can hear that Satya. So, the paragraph said, at this present age, Satipatthana Vipassana is flourishing, and due to this, Buddhist devotees have been practicing Vipassana meditation in as much time as is available. Even people who are from other religions have become interested in practicing Satipatthana Vipassana. Yes, here I need to explain about this. Now many people from the foreign countries, they are coming to our country, and they are interested in the meditation. And they just want to know clearly. They just want to understand the teachings of the Buddha clearly. Just like my friends. They want to listen to the Dhamma and they want to understand. After understanding, they may know which is the best way, which is the correct way to practice meditation. It is very important. Now, the most important thing is not only our Myanmar citizens, but also the foreigners. They are interested in our teachings. The teachings of the Buddha, especially the Vipassana meditation, right? The Vipassana meditation, the foreigners, they are becoming interested in the Vipassana meditation. So, what we have to do is we have to maintain, we have to value the teachings of the Buddha, especially the Vipassana meditation. If you want to liberate from the suffering, all you have to do is to practice meditation correctly, not wrongly. Okay, those who are practicing Satipatthana Vipassana experiences the nature of Dhamma according to their Bharami. Here I need to explain about the Bharami. Bharami is something that you have done in the past life. So, Bharami is some kind of actions, some kind of merits that you have accumulated in the past lives. So, in this life, according to your Bharami, they have accumulated in their past existences. Everyone can experience the teachings of the Buddha. Everyone can experience the nature of the Dhamma differently. May not be the same to everyone. To someone, the way he experiences the nature of the Dhamma may be in a different way. But for another person, maybe in a different way. So experiencing the nature of the Dhamma may be different. May not be the same. The experience in Dhamma differ from one another. There are those who experience Dhamma distinctly, while others experience Dhamma just normally, according to your wisdom, according to your knowledge, according to your intelligence. So sometimes you may understand the teachings of the Buddha normally, in a normal level. But sometimes for somebody who are very bright enough to understand the teachings of the Buddha, but then they can understand the teachings of the Buddha in a higher level. So to experience the teachings of the Buddha, somebody can experience the teachings of the Buddha or can experience the nature of the Dhamma in a higher level. But for somebody in a normal level, they can't understand clearly. And then, though they differ in experience in Dhamma, their level of insight Nama Rupa Paricheda Jnana, and Bhajya Pratyaha Jnana, and so on are the same. Yes, the way you experience the nature of the Dhamma may be differ to one another, but the jnana, the insight, the level of insight. Now you are practicing meditation to see Nama and Rupa. At one note, you have to be able to see Nama and Rupa. That kind of knowledge is called Nama Rupa Paricheda Jnana. And Bhajya Pratyaha Jnana is one kind of understanding the linking or the connection between the two phenomena. For example, the cause and effect. Because of the cause, there appears the effect. Something like that. That kind of knowledge is Bhajya Pratyaha Jnana. That kind of knowledge may be the same, but the way you experience the nature of the Dhamma may differ to one another. But the knowledge that you gain from practicing meditation may be the same. Nama-rupa Paricheda Jnana, you can have Nama-rupa Paricheda Jnana, and another one can have Nama-rupa Paricheda Jnana. And you can have Bhajya Pratyaha Jnana, and another one can have Bhajya Pratyaha Jnana. There is no difference between them. So, also accomplishing the task called the comprehension, the Four Noble Satchar, is the same. So there are four tasks to accomplish or to comprehend the four satchars. They are the same. The four tasks are the same. Those who practice Satipatthana Vipassana with the correct method accomplish the experience of the four satchar at every notion. Yes, we are unable to explain about this. For example, you are noted breathing in and breathing out, breathing out. According to the Mahasi the rising, falling of the abdomen. So you have to note that rising and falling, In Burmese, pounded, binded, pounded, binded. But in another way, for you people, foreigners, okay, breathing in, breathing out, breathing out. In one notion, you have to comprehend the four satchars. The most important thing is you must be able to understand the four satchars at one notion, at a single notion. You have to accomplish four tasks in one notion. So the first one is discerning and comprehending the truth of suffering. Discerning and also understanding or knowing. Discerning and comprehending the truth of suffering, dukkha satchara. In Burmese, regarding the dukkha satchara, there is a task that is called feed. So you have to know, you have to understand the dukkha satchara. Regarding the dukkha satchara, in Burmese we have one word, thief. What is that? Thief. Yes. And the second one is abandoning the original suffering. The original suffering is, as you all know, it is tanha. It is nothing but tanha. You have to eradicate tanha, some kind of lust, some kind of desire, some kind of strong desire. So tanha, you have to abandon, you have to eradicate. So in Burmese, regarding samudaya satchara, pain. What you have to know is pain. Regarding samudaya satchara, the task for the Myanmar fellows, Myanmar Buddhist fellows, is pain. But for the foreigners, the second task for regarding the samudaya satchara, tanha, some kind of desire, some kind of strong desire, and some kind of lust, you have to eradicate, you have to eliminate. This is second task. Eliminate. Why? How? How will you eliminate the second satchara, samudaya satchara? Well, by noting, without spreading your mind, just focus on only one object. So only then you can eliminate tanha. Yeah, this is second task. The third task is realizing the truth, cessation of suffering, nirodha satchara. Nirodha satchara, the third satchara. So realizing the truth of cessation of suffering, the ending of suffering. How will you end the suffering? How will you put it to an end? So, well, just noting. When you are noting, there is no chance for tanha to come into your heart. So, at the same time, noting and you are eliminating the na at the same time. Something like that. So the third task is you have to eliminate the na. Here, realizing the true association of separate Nirodha Satya. Nirodha Satya is when there is no na. It is the stage in which you are seeing, you are feeling Nirodha Satya. Nirodha Satya is there is no lust, there is no tanha. You know that just feeling that situation, just feeling that state, only then it will be complete. It will complete the third step, the third task. The first task is cultivating the way leading to the truth of the cessation of suffering, Mantra Satya. Regarding Mantra Satya, you have to understand the Eightfold Path of Mandas. Eightfold Mandas. So, cultivating the way is you have to practice accordingly, regularly, step by step. There are 8 things, and then there will be the explanation about that. Okay, now let's go to the accomplishment of the task for cultivating Mantra Satya. Cultivating Mantra Satya. According to the Sadhamaran C. Seattle, yes, we started to explain about the Mantra Satya, not other Satya. Mantra Satya, yogis who are practicing Vipassana meditation in accordance with the method of the most venerable Mahasi Sayadaw, have to note rising, falling, sitting, touching, and so on in sitting meditation. Well, we have sitting meditation and walking meditation and general meditation. Well, here, regarding the sitting meditation, Venerable Mahasi Sayadaw, he said, we have to note rising, falling, sitting, touching, and so on. In walking meditation, they have to note lifting, pushing, and dropping. There are 3 steps. 3 steps in 1 step. You have to note lifting, pushing, and dropping. 3 points. 3 points in 1 step. In walking meditation, they have to note lifting, pushing, and dropping. Walking meditations, they have to note sitting, standing, bending, stretching, and so on at other times. Okay, now you're walking. For example, you're walking. You're walking, you have to note 3 points. Lifting, pushing, and dropping. But at other times, how will you meditate? Okay, for example, if you're bending your arm, you have to note bending. So maybe 4 points or 5 points or 6 points or differently. So bending. All you have to do is just knowing. All you have to do is just noting. All you have to do is just be able to catch every moment of movement. Yes. Then you will see the impermanent nature in every action. So standing, bending, stretching, and so sometimes you are stretching your arm, just like that, stretching out. So then you have to know stretching. Because slowly, in every notion, we are allowed to note slowly. We are allowed to move slowly. Only then you can see each and every step of the nature of the Dhamma. So movement is also Dhamma. To see the nature of the Dhamma, you have to focus on that. You have to see every step clearly. So that you can see the step clearly, you have to move. You need to move slowly. Only then you can catch every moment of the nature of the Dhamma. Yes. And then involvement of 3 sila fingers in notion. It is a very important point. While noting rising, the accomplishment or comprehension, the 4 noble truths will be explained now. While noting rising is regarding the abdomen, pounding. When you are noting like that, rising, then sama vata, sama kamanta, and sama ajiva, 3 megahertz are involved. Now I'm going to explain about the sama vata. Sama vata is abstaining from the 4 evil words, 4 evil speech. Just like telling lies, and telling harsh words, bad words, So there are 4 evil speech in verbal speaking. The teachings according to the teachings of the Buddha, you have to abstain from the 4 evil verbal actions. It is called Dojjarita, Vaji Dojjarita. And in another way, it is called the right speech. Sama Vata is in English the right speech. The right speech is it will cover all the things, okay, all the meaning. The right speech, you have to speak right, you have to speak correct words, you have to speak the right words, you never lie. Yes, that is enough. So it is very first Maganga. Maganga is the one part of the eightfold path that leads to Nibbana. So when you are practicing, of course, it's very important to keep your mouth. To keep your mouth to keep your mouth not to speak bad words. That is some kind of morality regarding morality. You don't need to speak bad words. You don't need to lie when you are practicing meditation. So the first one is Sama Vata, and second one is Sama Gamanta. It's regarding to your physical actions. Your physical action is also very important to keep, to abstain from to abstain from the 3 physical actions, 3 physical bad actions, something like killing, stealing, doing the sexual misconduct. You don't have to do that when you are practicing meditation. So, if you can abstain from 3 bad physical actions, it is called right action. Right action is Sama Gamanta, second Maganga, second part of the eightfold path. And the third one is Sama Ajiva. Now, people are doing business, or while they are doing business, they have to be right. They have to be righteous enough. They don't need to bully or they don't need to torture anybody else for their business. So here, abstaining from the 3 physical actions and abstaining from the 4 evil verbal actions, it is called the right livelihood. The right livelihood is Sama Ajiva. The third Maganga. Sama Ajiva is very important. Now it is very important to follow and to keep yourself from doing the bad things. Okay, you're doing business. Somebody say that, oh, we are doing business, we're doing business. In business, everything is fair. In business, everything is fine. Not like that. If you want to go to Nibbana, if you want to practice the teachings of the Buddha, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do like that. You can't torture people for your business. You can't, give them the trouble for your business. So your livelihood must be right livelihood. So it is third Maganga. While practicing meditation, those 3 are called Sila Magangas. Now, for example, when you are noting, rising, or walking, or sitting, if you know each and every note, if you know each and every nature of the Dhamma, okay, those 3 Magangas are involved in one noting. 3 Magangas. Okay, and another one, Samadhi Maganga. Involvement of 3 Samadhi Magangas. First of all, I will tell you the names. Sama Vayama Maganga, Sama Sati Maganga, and Sama Samadhi Maganga. Those 3 Magangas are called Samadhi Magangas. Well known to Rising, to make an effort to be able to know the rise of action is Sama Vayama Maganga. Okay, now I will explain about the Sama Vayama Maganga. Now, for example, you are noting rising, or bending, or stretching, or walking. You are noting that. Then, what are you doing? Well, you are making an effort to be able to note the rising moment, or the appearing moment, or the disappearing moment, of every step of your movement. But you have to be able to see the appearance of the movement. For example, walking. The first movement and walking. Second movement, and you see the appearance and also disappearance of one step. So You are making an effort to be able to note, to be able to catch every moment of the nature of the Dhamma. It is called Samma Vayama, right effort. Right effort. So while noting right effort is very important to practice. It is one kind of cultivated or accumulated Samma Vayama Meganga. And another one is as soon as Rising appears, noting it attentively without forgetting is Samma Sati Meganga. Samma Sati Meganga is one kind of mindfulness. One kind of mindfulness, right mindfulness. Right mindfulness is you don't think about anything else, just the object of meditation object. So now you are rising, noting the rising of the abdomen. Your mind is just right on the abdomen. No other things. So, Samma Sati, your mind or your consciousness is right just on the object. Not everywhere, not spreading everywhere. Sometimes the practitioners, the nature of the practitioners, after sitting for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, their mind spread everywhere. Therefore, some people is shorter than that I said, shorter than I said. You know, after sitting 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, their mind spreads away, and their mind is going around, okay, going around where something like everywhere. So it is not called mindfulness. It is not called right mindfulness. The right mindfulness is you have to note attentively or mindfully without forgetting, without spreading everywhere, without spreading anywhere. Noting it attentively without forgetting is Samma Sati Meganga. When you are able to note that point, yes, because you have that right mindfulness. If you don't have right mindfulness, you can't catch. If you have right mindfulness, you can catch every step of the nature. Having the noting mind be firmly on the rising action from the beginning to the end is Samma Samadhi Meganga. And another thing is, another important thing is that you have to see the beginning and the ending of one movement, of one nature, one phenomenon. Having the noting mind be firmly on the rising action from the beginning to the end is Samma Samadhi Meganga. Thus, the three Samadhi Megangas are involved. Now you know how the three Samadhi Megangas are involved. Okay? The first one is Samma Vayama. You make an effort to be able to understand the nature of the Dhamma. Second, you are mindful enough not to let your mind spread away. And third, Samma Samadhi. You just see, you can focus on one object for a long time. You can focus on one pointed object for a long time. And that's why you see the beginning and also the ending, beginning point and the ending point of one phenomenon. It is Samma Samadhi. Why you are practicing those three Samadhi Megangas are involved. Involvement to Panya Megangas, the last stage. While noting rising, keeping the noting mind right on the object of noting is Samma Sankappa Meganga. Okay, every time you're thinking about something or another thing or other thing, thinking about. But now you are thinking of only one meditation object. Only one meditation object. You don't think about anything. So, your Sankappa is some kind of weak depth. Yes, Sankappa is some kind of weak depth, similar to, it's the same to the weak depth. But we have to thinking of many things, thinking of the object. But this time, you think of something, you think of the object, firmly. The noting mind right on the object of noting, keeping the noting mind, not letting the noting mind go away, just keeping the noting mind right on the object. It is called Samma Sankappa Meganga. Once the noting mind is on the rising movement is the corporality. Corporality is some kind of physical thing. Corporality. Okay, corporality, that is not well entity. Rupa is physical thing. Physical thing it is not aware of anything. It can't be aware of anything. So the physical thing is causally rupa. Rupa and discerning nama and rupa initially is sama ditti maganga. Okay, in this stage, you have to see two phenomena. The first one is rupa, the second one is nama. How would you see rupa and nama? For example, walking. So walking movement is physical thing. So it is called rupa. And noting mind, walking. Your noting mind is nama, it is consciousness. So at every noting, you are able to see two phenomena, nama and rupa, at the same time. It is called sama ditti maganga. You are able to see nama rupa at the same time, and also you are able to see the impermanent nature, the suffering, the non-self situation, anicca, dukkha, anatta, three characteristics. If you are able to see the three characteristics accordingly, or according to your practice, it is called sama ditti maganga. You have to be able to see according to the teachings of the Buddha. So the two Panya Magangas are involved. Then for the three Sila Magangas, the three Samadhi Magangas, and the two Panya Magangas, the 8 Magangas be involved in noting rising. Cultivation of Magga Sajja is accomplished. Now we are talking about the task called cultivating the Magga Sajja, Magga Desa. So cultivating Magga Sajja, there are 8 Magangas. They are involved in cultivating the Magga Sajja. How? The 3 Sila Magangas, the 3 Samadhi Magangas, and the 2 Panya Magangas, as I said before, all of them are involved in one noting. The 8 Magangas being involved in noting, rising, cultivation of Magga Sajja is accomplished. Now it is complete. At that time, if you can catch every nature of the Dhamma, okay, you finish. It's perfect. That point is perfect. That point is to accomplish the cultivating the Magga Sajja. So, in noting falling involves fainted, falling movement, and sitting, touching also, as the 8 Magangas are involved. In every noting, for example, walking. In walking, 8 Magangas are involved. And in sitting, you are noting sitting. Then 8 Magangas are involved. And you are noting seeing. Okay. At every point, 8 Magangas are involved. And when you're practicing, hearing. So at every point, 8 Magangas are involved. And when you are noting speaking. Okay, if you can note, if you can catch every moment, so 8 Magangas are involved in only one noting. So all you have to do is to note. All you have to do is to catch every moment. So and then those things are involved in that. In that case, it's not a difficult thing for you when you are practicing. When you are practicing for a long time, or maybe you have been practicing for 1 year or 2 years. Okay, you may understand that easily. They may not be difficult practice for you anymore. Okay. In the same manner, cultivation of Magga Sajja is accomplished. Accomplished for discerning Dukkha Sajja. How do you know? How do you discern the Dukkha Sajja? Why noting rising? The rising is one entity. The rising movement is one entity. And noting is another entity. Two things. It is how to discern the Dukkha Sajja. How to understand the Dukkha Sajja. So, first of all, you have to see clearly two things separately. The first one is rising movement. Rising movement is one entity, and noting. Noting is one entity. They are not the same, differently. For example, walking. Walking movement is one entity, and noting mind is one entity, separate. They are not the same. They are differently appearing. And the rising is Rupa Dukkha Sajja. Rising movement is Rupa Dukkha Sajja that is not aware of anything. Noting is the consciousness. Noting is the consciousness. when you are practicing walking, your noting mind is noting, walking, 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 right? So, noting is consciousness, nama, dukkha, saja. Bodhodhamma called dukkha, saja. Discerning God distinctly is accomplishing discerning on the dukkha, saja. In noting, falling, sitting, touching, the discerning on the dukkha, saja is also accomplished in the same manner. In every manner, while you are noting, while you are practicing the teaching, in every movement, you can see two phenomena. The first entity is rupa, second entity is nama. Then you will have the knowledge of nama rupa paricheda jnana. Yes. If you have the nama rupa paricheda jnana, it is called you accomplish the discerning dukkha saja. In Burmese, dukkha disa theory. So you have to know every movement, you have to know every nature of the things. In every step, for example, now look at me. Bend. For example, 5 points. In 5 points, at the very first point, bend. This bending movement is rupa, this physical thing, and my mind is noting bend. It is another thing, another entity. So those two happens at the same time, but they are not the same. They are happening differently. Mind is one thing, movement is another thing. So rupa and nama, you see clearly, you see distinctly. So another movement, bend, second noting, bend, third noting, bend, fourth noting, bend, fifth noting. In every notion, you see two phenomena, two things, nama and rupa, clearly. It is nama rupa paricheda jnana, and we can call it, you are seeing, you are discerning the dukkha saja. It is dukkha disa feeling there. Understand that? Yes. So, now you accomplish the task of discerning dukkha saja. Another one. Accomplishment of abandon is samudaya saja. Samudaya saja is one kind of desire, lust, and wanting something. While noting rising desire, attachment, lobha and tanha samudaya have no chance to arise. Therefore, they have been discarded. Eliminated thus, discarding samudaya saja is accomplished in the same manner, in noting, falling, sitting, touching, and so on. Elimination of samudaya saja is accomplished in the same manner. Okay, you have another task. All you have to do is to eliminate tanha. How will you do that? So all you have to do is to note. All you have to do is practice to be able to catch every moment. And when you are seeing nama and rupa at the same time, there is no chance for tanha to come into your heart. But if your mind is present, of course, tanha is very close to your heart. It's ready to come in. It's ready to come into your heart. Tanha is your best friend in another way, because he is your close friend. Every time he's waiting the chance to come into your heart. But every time, generally people are ready to accept the tanha in their heart. Every time they see the beautiful figure, oh, very beautiful, okay, tanha is inside your heart. Every time you hear the voice, oh, very beautiful sound, then tanha is in your heart. Every time you smell, oh, very fragrant, then tanha is in your heart, deeply rooted in your heart. And then every time you're eating, oh, how delicious, so tanha is deeply in your heart. Every time you're touching some soft thing, oh, how smooth, how soft, okay, very good. When you feel something, then tanha is deeply rooted in your heart. And then every time you're thinking about daydreaming about later, oh, I will be a millionaire one day. Okay, I will buy a car. I will buy luxurious things. You're thinking about many things in your heart. So tanha is deeply in your heart. So how will you eradicate that tanha? Very difficult, you see. Very difficult to eradicate tanha. So when we think about ourselves, so we will see that clearly. Oh, the now is our close friend. Okay, the now is our best friend because he is always never abandoning us, or never going away from us. He's always with us. So, but actually, according to the teaching of the Buddha, it's our enemy. So how will you kill it? How will you eradicate it? All you have to do is to practice the meditation. All you have to do is to be able to catch every moment of the thing, every moment of the nature of the thing. For example, now you're moving. But when you were thinking about it, okay, I'm moving, and I'm moving to catch the glass, something like that. And I'm moving to catch the glass, and I'm moving to drink water, something like that. Okay? In that movement, the now is involved. So, to eradicate the now, how would you do that? Okay, moving. Moving movement is rupa, and noting mind is nama. Moving movement is rupa, and noting mind is nama. You see nama and rupa at each noting. So nama, rupa. Okay, moving. No, not a person is moving, but nama and rupa are moving. You got it? Just nama and rupa are moving, not a person is moving. If you regard as a person, okay, the nama is deeply rooted in your heart. So, by doing so, you can eliminate the nama. Then, that is the accomplishment of abandoning samudaya, etc. The nama is the cause of suffering. So now you can, by noting, you can eliminate, you can abandon samudaya, etc., the cause of suffering. And the last one, accomplishment of attaining nirodha satya. Nirodha satya is while no rising, lower than now, having no chance to arise, is annihilated. Since lower than now is annihilated, attachment is eliminated. Because grasping, upadana is annihilated. Karma that arises due to upadana is also annihilated. Since karma is annihilated, bhava that arises due to karma is also annihilated. Because bhava is annihilated, jadi, patisanti due to bhava is annihilated. Since patisanti is annihilated, aging, alien, death, anxiety, sorrow, and lamentation are all annihilated. Thus attaining nirodha momentarily is accomplished. In the same manner, while noting, falling, sitting, touching, and so on, attaining nirodha momentarily is accomplished. Well, here I need to explain about the attaining nirodha satya momentarily. How will you feel? How will you feel you are in a nirodha satya momentarily? Okay, when you are able to catch one moment of name, one moment of dhamma, speaking, can you know it? When you are speaking? No way. But when you are thinking, you can know thinking. When you are looking at something, you can know looking. When you are listening to something, listening. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. Then you see two phenomena at the same time. Nama and rupa. Just nama and rupa are listening. Just nama and rupa are moving. Just nama and rupa are looking. Not a person. Not a person looking at. Not a person listening. Not a person moving. You don't regard as a person, but you just regard as nama and rupa separately. You see things separately. Only then there is no chance for Tana to coming into your heart. At other times, you are letting Tana to come into your heart. Every time, every moment. So, it is a very dangerous situation for you to be in a woeful situation and to be in the hell. Is there anyone who wants to go to hell? No, nobody wants to go to hell. But because of your lust, because of your tanha, that tanha will lead you to go to hell. Well, here, I don't want to talk about the hell. Well, I just want to talk about how to eradicate the cause of suffering. If you can eradicate the cause of suffering, yes, that stage or That situation is called a place where there is no dana, there is no cause of the suffering. So, how will you eradicate? Just know. Now, I am talking to you. You are listening to me. How will you know that? Listening, listening, listening. Who is listening? Nama and Rupa are listening. Okay? Not a person is listening to me. If you can regard so, if you can feel so, yes, no doubt, you are able to eradicate dana every moment. So by doing so, when you don't have the dana in your heart, for 1 second, just a second, that second is called a moment there is no dana. So you attain nirodha momentarily at that time. Nirodha means, nibbana means, nirvana. Ni plus vana. Ni is nail, vana is lust. So no lust, no desire at one single moment. So in 1 second, 1 Newton, you don't have desire, lust in your heart. That moment is called nirodha. You understand that? That moment is called nirodha. So to reach nibbana or to feel the nirodha satya, you have to be mindful enough. You have to be mindful attentively to see each and every phenomena of the thing, phenomena of everything, each and every step of everything, by noting, sitting, standing, and speaking. Otherwise, how can you eradicate dana? No way. No way. So the aim you are practicing is to eradicate dana. To eradicate dana. Only then will you be able to feel the nirodha satya. So how will you eradicate dana? You have no way but practice every moment you have. Can you? You have to. You have to. So that's why we have to go to the meditation center for a long time. Sometimes we have to practice for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year. No way for you. Okay? So we have to practice again and again to be able to eradicate dana. It is called nirodha satya. You are in a position, you are in a right time when there is no dana. There is no dana or lust or at that moment. It is called the accomplishment of attaining nirodha satya momentarily. In Bali, we call that Tathanga Nirodha. Tathanga Nirodha. So Tathanga Nirodha, to get Tathanga Nirodha, you have to be able to catch Tathanga thing, Tathanga saya, okay? Tathanga movement, first on the rising and falling. If you are able to catch the rising movement, rising movement is rupa, notimine is nama. Not a person is breathing it, just nama and rupa is breathing it. So if you see that, if you see so, there is no chance for dana to come into your heart. That moment is called nirodha satya. You got it? Okay. Now in the same manner, when noting falling, sitting, touching, and so on, attaining nirodha momentarily is accomplished. So that's the end. So the 4 tasks are cultivating, metta satya, discerning, dukkha satya, abandoning, samudaya satya, realizing nirodha satya. 4 tasks in 1 point. In each and every point, each and every notion, if you can do 4 tasks, cultivating metta satya, cultivating and practicing the Eightfold Path, and then dissolving the dukkha satya. Okay, this is nama, this is rupa, this is nama dukkha satya, this is rupa dukkha satya. If you can see clearly, that task is accomplished. And the 3rd task is abandoning samudaya satya, dana, to eradicate your dana, your desire. Can you? I think you can, one day. So abandoning your lust, abandoning your desire every moment. then your task, abandoning or discarding samudaya satya, will be accomplished. The last one, realizing or attaining nirodha satya. Attaining nirodha satya is there must not lust in your heart in every moment. If you let the Nam come to your heart, come inside your heart, no way for you to realize Nibbana. So Nibbana is really peaceful. That stage is really peaceful. How will you feel? Well, the situation in which there's no desire and there's no hatred and there's no conceit, some kind of pride, so your heart is peaceful. Only then will you be able to stay peacefully in every movement, sitting, standing, speaking, without lust, without desire, without hatred, without pride, okay, without anger. You can do everything. You can do everything without bad things. So that situation is called peaceful movement, and that situation can be called Nirodha movement. Okay, so that's the end of the explanation about the experience of Satya is accomplished. How the experience of Satya is accomplished. Okay, I must say my topic is how the experience of Satya is accomplished. Okay, now let me conclude it in Burmese. အခုပြောသွားတဲ့အချိန်မှာသစ္စာလေးပါးကိုသိပြမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒုက္ခသစ္စာသမုဒယသစ္စာនិရောဓသစ္စာမဂ္ဂသစ္စာကိုအခြေခံပြောတဲ့ဒီအခြေခံပြောတဲ့နေရာမှာတရားမှတ်တဲ့နေရာမှာခုနလို each notion rise လို့မှတ်တယ်ဖောင်းနေမှတ်ဒီဖောင်းတဲ့နေရာမှာဘယ်လိုလဲဖောင်းနေတာလဲဖောင်းတဲ့ movement ကဒါကရူပယုတ်တရားဒီမှာမှတ်နေတဲ့ဥစ္စာက notion mind ကသူကနာမ consciousness သိတံYoga Pita, Nanda Pita, Naku Kwai like that. I think Naku Kwai not a person. In your mind, there is no person at all. I don't say them are Poku Lumaswell, and if I power agenda, the Yudiane, or power agenda will money Dadi, Yudiane and the Yaga money Dada, Kitty, Yudiane the Samu and the Yaga money Dada, Kitty, where body in the day, Masway and Nasway, I think I'm see you. အဲ့ချိန်လေးမှာအဲ့လိုမဝင်နိုင်တဲ့ဥစ္စာကိုအဲ့ဒီအခိုက်ကလေးကိုမာဆွဲတဏှာတွေမာနဆွဲတွေမပါတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်အဲ့ဒီအခိုက်ကလေးကိုនិရောဓသစ္စာလို့ခေါ်တာនិရောဓသစ္စာကိုမြတ်မောင်ပြုဖို့ရအတွက်ကိုကမက္ခသစ္စာပွားနေတယ်ဆိုတာကဓမ္မဥစ္စာသမ္မာဝါစာသမ္မာကမ္မန္တသမ္မာအာဇီဝဆိုတဲ့သီလမဲ့ခင်၃ပါးသီလမဲ့ခင်၃ပါးဆိုတာတရားခံရတဲ့အချိန်မှာအစကအမှမပြောတော့ဘူးလေတကယ်လို့များယောဂီတို့ကစကားကတရားခံတဲ့အချိန်မှာတော့မပြောဘူးပေါ့တရားခံပြီးသွားတဲ့အခါကျတော့ကြောက်တဲ့ရတယ်ပြောမယ်ဆိုရင်အဲ့မဲ့တဲ့တူကျိုးတွေပေါ့ဟုတ်လားနောက်တစ်ခါသမ္မာကမ္မန္တအခုအလုပ်လုပ်တဲ့အလုပ်တွေကကောင်းရအောင်အလုပ်ပဲလုပ်ရမယ်သူများရဲ့သတ်မှုတွေမပါရဘူးသူများဥစ္စာပုံမှုတွေမပါရဘူးကာမေတုမိစ္ဆာသာရမကျူးလွန်ရဘူးဆိုတော့တရားခံနေတဲ့အချိန်မှာတော့ဒီမဲ့တင်ပြည့်စုံနေတာပေါ့တကယ်လို့တရားခံပြီးတော့ကိုကအဲ့ဒီအလုပ်မျိုးတွေအတိမတာလေးပို့လိုက်မယ်ဟုတ်လားနမူနာအားဖြင့်တရားဝင်မှာတရားခံနေတဲ့နေရာမှာချိုးပွဲချထားတယ်အဲ့ချိုးပွဲကိုအတိမတာစာမှုယူသွားလိုက်လို့မယ်ပို့လိုက်တယ်ဟုတ်လားအဲ့မှာအိမ်လိုက်ကိုကျိုးပြီးပေါ့အဲ့တော့ဒီမှာဆိုတော့သမ္မာဝါစာသမ္မာကမ္မန္တသမ္မာအာဇီဝကတော့တရားအားထုတ်နေတဲ့အချိန်မှာဒီလူရဲ့အတ္တမူဝမ်းကြောင့်လို့ရှိလူခံပြီးစားနေတဲ့အတ္တမူဝမ်းကြောင့်လည်းရှိတာပေါ့ယောဂီတွေဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တရားစခန်းမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်စီဝါရေးလောက်ရလားစီဝါရေးမလုပ်ခင်နဲ့လူလာပဲစားနေတာလားအဲ့တော့အဲ့အတ္တမူဝမ်းကြောင့်ကဆင်ကျင်နေတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်သမ္မာအာဇီဝမဲ့ခင်အဲ့ဒီအချိန်မှာပြည့်စုံနေတယ်မှတ်နေတဲ့အချိန်မှာပြည့်စုံနေပြီတဲ့သီလမဲ့ခင်၃ပါးပြည့်စုံနေပြီတဲ့အဲ့တော့နောက်တစ်ခါသမာဓိမဲ့ခင်နဲ့ဆိုရင်သမ္မာဝါယာမWhen you are practicing it, you have to make an effort to see the nature of the things. ဒီအခြေအနေကိုမြင်ဖို့ရအတွက်ကိုကလုံးဝစိုက်ရတယ်လေ။လုံးဝစိုက်ပြီးတော့မှဥမာရှောက်နေရင်လည်းဆိုတော့ရုံးနဲ့နံကွဲပြီးမြင်ဖို့ဆိုရင်ရှောက်တယ်၊လှမ်းတယ်၊ဥမာအပြင်ကြွတယ်၊လှမ်းတယ်၊ချတယ်၊ကြွတယ်၊လှမ်းတယ်၊ချတယ်။မြင်အောင်ကိုအားစိုက်နေရတယ်လေ။အဲ့အားစိုက်မှုမပါလို့ရှင်သမာဝါယမမတ်ကြီးကျိုးလို့ပေါ့မပါတော့ဒါကြောင့်အားစိုက်နေခြင်းအားဖြင့်မှတ်လို့ရအောင်ကိုတတိထားနေခြင်းအားဖြင့်သမာဝါယမပါနေတယ်။အဲ့မှာသမာဝါယမပါပြီးတော့မှသမာတတိမှတ်တယ်။တတိမကောင်းလို့ရှင်လည်းကိုယ်စိတ်ကရောက်ချင်တယ်ရောက်နေမှာပေါ့။ရောက်ချင်တယ်မှာကိုယ်ရဲ့တတိတရားတွေဒီအာယုံလေးပေါ်မှာပဲရှိတယ်။ တကယ်လို့ဖောင်းတဲ့ပင်နဲ့မှတ်ရင်လည်းဖောင်းတယ်ဆိုတဲ့အာရုံလေးအပေါ်မှာပဲတက်တယ်လေးရှိနေတယ်တခြားတော့မှတ်လို့ကောင်းလိုက်တာမကောင်းဘူးဆိုတာမပါဘူးဖောင်းတယ်ဆိုတာလည်းသူမှတ်လိုက်တာအဲ့ပေါ်မှာကြိုက်ချင်းနဲ့မကြိုက်ချင်းနဲ့သူထမထည့်ဘူးအဲ့ဒီလိုတိတိကျကျတက်တက်သားသားကိုသူတတိကောင်းတာအဲ့လိုကောင်းပြီးတဲ့အခါကျတော့ဘာမှကိုသူမစင်စားမတွေးခေါ်ပဲလားတတိတအားကောင်းနေတဲ့အချိန်ကိုသမာဓိမှတ်ရှင်တယ်အဲ့တော့တရားအသားတက်တယ်တရားအသားတက်တယ်သူများတွေပြောတယ်ဘလို့အသားတက်တာလဲဘလို့အသားတက်တာလဲဆိုတော့စိတ်လုံးဝမပြန့်ပဲနဲ့အဲ့ဒီလောက်ငြင်းနေတာကိုအသားတက်တယ်ပေါ့အဲ့လိုအသားတက်လာတယ်ဆိုတော့ရှင်နေကောင်းလာပြီသမာဓိမှတ်ရှင်ကောင်းလာတော့သမာဓိမှတ်ရှင်သမာဓိမှတ်ရှင်ဆိုတာ one pointedness တခုလေးကိုပဲစိတ်ကရှိနေရမှာတခုရှိနေလို့မရဘူးဥပမာဆိုဖောင်းတဲ့ပင်လည်းမှန်စိတ်ကဖောင်းတဲ့ပင်နဲ့မှာကလွဲလို့ဘယ်ဘိုးမှမရောက်ဘူးဝင်လေထွက်လေမှန်အဲ့ကိုပါဝင်လေထွက်လေကလွဲလို့ဘယ်ဘိုးမှမရောက်ဘူးဒါမှမဟုတ်လို့ရှိရင်လမ်းလျှောက်တယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကြွတယ်လှမ်းတယ်ချတယ်ဆိုကြွတဲ့အခိုက်မှာလည်းစိတ်ဘယ်မှမရောက်ဘူးကြွတယ်မှာပဲရှိလှမ်းတယ်ဆိုရင်လည်းလှမ်းတယ်ဆိုတဲ့အဆင့်မှာပဲရှိတယ်ဘယ်ဘိုးမှမရောက်ဘူးချတယ်ဆိုရင်လည်းချတယ်ဆိုတဲ့အဆင့်မှာပဲရှိတယ်ဘယ်ဘိုးမှမရောက်ဘူးအဲ့ဒါကိုမှသမာဓိမှတ်တယ်လို့ခေါ်တယ်ဒါဆိုရင်သမာဓိမှတ်တယ်တော့ပါပြေသွားပညာမဲ့ခင်နှစ်ပါးဘယ်လိုလုပ်ပြည့်တယ်လဲပညာမဲ့ခင်နှစ်ပါးဘယ်လိုလုပ်ပြည့်လဲဆိုတော့တမ္မာဒိဋ္ဌိနဲ့တမ္မာသင်္ကပ္ပမှာတမ္မာသင်္ကပ္ပကိုအရင်ရှင်းတယ်တမ္မာသင်္ကပ္ပဆိုတာကအာယုံကိုယူလိုက်တာအများနဲ့အာယုံကိုယူနေကြတယ်အာယုံကိုယူနေကြတဲ့နေရာမှာတလွဲတွေယူကြတယ်အမှားတွေယူကြတယ်ဒီမှာအဲ့လိုမဟုတ်ဘူးဖောင်းနေပိန်တယ်ဆိုတော့ဒီ movement လေးကိုပဲအဓိကထားပြီးတော့ကြည့်နေတာငါရဲ့ပိုက်ကြီးကိုလည်းမဆွဲဘူး without giving any attention to the objects never without giving attention to the shape or form or movement, just the nature, just the movement. အဲ့ဒီရွေးချယ်မှုတွေတခုမဟုတ်ဘဲတဲ့ body ပေါ်နဲ့အာရုံစိုက်တာတီးနေတယ်ဘယ်မှမသွားဘူးအဲ့တော့တချို့ကပြောတယ်တရားထိုင်နေရင်လည်းထိုင်ပါတယ်ထိုင်နေရင်လည်းကိုယ်သွေးတွေးနေတာပဲဆိုတရားထိုင်နေမှတ်နေတာမဟုတ်ဘူးသူဒီအာရုံတစ်ခုတည်းမှာသူထားလို့မရဘူးအဲ့ဒါကတမာတိမရတာပဲတမာတိရတဲ့သူရဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ကအနာကနေပါလာလုံးသူ့ကိုဘယ်လိုလာရိုက်ဒီအာရုံနဲ့သူနေမှာတကယ်တော့ဘာမှလိုက်တိုင်းပြောပါစေခေဆိုလို့ရှိရင်သမာဓိတကယ်ရတော့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ဒီအနာကဘာဖြစ်နေဖြစ်နေသူအာရုံတစ်ခုကိုပဲသူယူထားလိုက်တယ်သူအာရုံတစ်ခုလည်းသူနေလို့ရတယ်အဲ့လိုနေလို့ရတယ်ဆိုသမာဓိမှတ်ရပါပြီအဲ့တော့သမာသင်္ကပ္ပမှတ်နေဆိုတာလည်းအဲ့လိုအာရုံတစ်ခုလည်းကိုပဲသူယူထားတယ်သူထားပြီးတော့ဒီလိုယူထားမှသူမြင်မှာမြင်တယ်ဆိုတော့ဘယ်လိုမြင်လဲဖောင်းတယ်ဆိုတဲ့အနေထားလေးပါဖောင်းတာကယုတ်ဖောင်းတာကယုတ်မှတ်နေတာကနာဒီယုံနဲ့နာကိုသူကိုယ်ကိုယ်ပြပြီးတယ်ယုံနဲ့နာကိုဒီလိုပွဲပြပြီးလိုက်တဲ့ဥစ္စာကိုပဲနာမရူပပရိစ္ဆေဒဉာဏ်ရပြီဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါသမာဓိဋ္ဌိ right view ရပါတယ် wrong view မဟုတ်ဘူး not a person ဒါပုဂ္ဂိုလ်မဟုတ်ဘူးလို့မြင်သွားတယ်ဒီအခိုက်အတန့်မှာယုံနဲ့နာပဲရှိတယ်လို့ဒီလိုချက်တာမြင်သွားတယ်လှမ်းတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လှမ်းတဲ့အခိုက်အတန့်မှာလှမ်းတဲ့ movement ကယုတ်ပဲယုတ်တတ်တာဖြစ်တယ်ဒီမှတ်နေတဲ့စိတ်ကလေးကနာတတ်တဲ့ဖြစ်တယ်လို့ယုတ်နံကိုပဲမြင်တယ် not a person ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်မဟုတ်ဘူးအဲ့လိုပုဂ္ဂိုလ်မဟုတ်ပဲဆိုပြီးတော့ယုတ်နံကိုပဲခွဲမြင်လိုက်တဲ့နာမရူပပရိစ္ဆေဒဉာဏ်ရပြီဆိုရင်သမာဓိရတယ်အနိစ္စဒုက္ခအနတ္တမြင်တာလည်းပါထားလိုက်အောင်လောလောဆယ်သူနာမရူပကိုမြင်လိုက်တယ်ဆိုရင်ဉာဏ်ကမှန်ကန်တဲ့ဉာဏ်ဖြစ်သွားတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်သမာဓိမဂ်ပြန်ပြည့်စုံတယ်လို့အဲ့ဒီလိုမျိုးဆရာတော်ဟောတာပါအဲ့တော့ဒီတရားကိုဒီမှာလည်းဒီကုန်းချုပ်ရမယ်ဆိုရင်ပွားသိပဲဆိုင်လို့ဆရာတော်ရဲ့အယူဆရာတော်ရဲ့ဓမ္မဆရာတော်ရဲ့တရားအရာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်မဲ့သစ္စာလေးပါးကိုသိခြင်းဒီပထမပွားရမယ်နောက်ကျရင်ဒုက္ခသစ္စာကိုသိလိမ့်မယ်သိတဲ့အခါမှာသမုဒိယသစ္စာကိုပယ်နိုင်လိမ့်မယ်ပယ်နိုင်လို့သမုဒိယသစ္စာဒီလိုတော့တဏှာရင်ထဲမှာမရှိတဲ့အခိုက်တွေនិရောဓသစ္စာကိုမျက်မှောက်ပြုတယ်ခေါ်တယ်ဆိုင်ရောက်သွားပြီအဲ့တော့ပွားသိပဲဆိုင်ဆိုတဲ့ဆရာတော်ရဲ့တရားကိုဒီညမှာလည်းဒီကိုထုတ်ပါတယ်ဒါကြောင့်ဒီတရားလေးကိုဒီကုန်းထုတ်ပြရစေ